Now, David HaMelech in Tehillim number 84, verse 11, is a verse. It says, for one day in your courtyards is better than 1,000 elsewhere. Now, most people, myself included, understood this Tehillim, this verse is a very famous verse, as David HaMelech saying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, one day in a Bet Midrash is better than 1,000 days going and playing basketball, going and playing video games, going on Wall Street making $1 million a day. One day, Bet Midrash, learning the emet is worth more than 1,000 days, making $1 million a day. That's the pshat, that's the basic understanding that everybody had. It's David HaMelech talking to Hashem, saying to Hashem, I love you so much, I love the emet so much, that even one day of having it, shtabach shimo, it's the greatest thing in the world. But the Gemara Masechet Makot, page 10a, says the opposite. It says it's actually David being talked to by Hashem. David said to Hashem, Hashem, when am I going to die? When am I going to die, Hashem? Hashem says, I can't tell you. He says, what day of the week? It's going to be Shabbat. You're going to die on Shabbat, David. We spoke about this last week. So David says to Hashem, okay, so let me die on Friday. Let me die on Friday, so at least I don't die on Shabbat, so they can bury me on Friday. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to David, I'm very upset at Am Yisrael. Very upset at Am Yisrael. Why am I upset? All of Am Yisrael, all of the people under David HaMelech are looking forward for David to die. Why? Because they already know the prophecy is, as soon as David HaMelech dies, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to give the kingdom to his son Shlomo, and Shlomo is going to build a Bet HaMikdash. Bet HaMikdash, it's like having HaKadosh Baruch Hu on better than WhatsApp, being friends with Hashem on Facebook. Shtabach Shemo, you go to Bet HaMikdash, talk to Hashem. You see a fire coming from heaven every single day in the shape of a lion to burn the korbanot. Imagine the cloud, but it's fire, blue fire, coming down from heaven every day. Lion. Who's not going to believe in miracles? Who's not going to believe in Ashgacha Pratit? You're seeing stuff happen. It's not like stories anymore. So all of Am Yisrael is looking forward to this. They want to build a Bet HaMikdash. David HaMelech says to Hashem, let me die earlier, so that way everybody wins. One, I don't die on Shabbat, so because you can't bury a person on Shabbat. I die on Friday. And two, Am Yisrael is happy. Why? I die a little earlier. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to David, one day of your learning Torah is worth to me more than 1,000 korbanot, 1,000 sacrifices that your son and the rest of Am Yisrael will make in the Bet HaMikdash. Why is this a big deal to us, Rabotai? HaKadosh Baruch Hu told David, you learning Torah is worth to me more than the Bet HaMikdash itself, more than the korbanot, more than everything. Why is this important? That means that you sitting here right now, listening to Torah, is worth to HaKadosh Baruch Hu more than all of the sacrifices of the Bet HaMikdash. You opening a Gemara, learning, sweating a little bit, trying to figure out what does it actually mean? Who's against who? Why are they arguing? Why can't they all be friends? Why is there machloket? Why do I care about this specific issue if it already happened 3,000 years ago? And so on and so forth. You toiling to get to the emet, to get to the bottom line of the truth, is worth to HaKadosh Baruch Hu more than korbanot, more than sacrifices at the Bet HaMikdash. That's how much it's worth. So, with that being said, this is how we know how valuable the emet is to Hashem. How valuable it is for Hashem for you to know it before it's too late. Because the Gemara in Masechet Avodah Zarah says, once Mashiach comes, there's no more nothing. There's no more conversions, there's no more tshuva, there's no more, oh, I'm sorry. Once Mashiach comes, we're finished. The reality is, it's finished really before that. Why? Why is it finished before that? Because Gog Magog is going to happen before the Mashiach comes. Gog Magog is not going to be a peaceful war. You know, one side shoots, the other one waits, gets hit. Okay, you know what? We'll wait 2 weeks, then we'll hit you back. Gog Magog is going to be a very, very scary war, making everything else that happened before it seem like child's play. And that means we're not going to have the opportunities we have today to study Torah whenever we feel like it. Go, wake up, look at your phone. Instead of seeing all the junk, you go on BeEzratHashem.org, you go to our YouTube channel, you go to our app, you go to the podcast, you press play, and you sit there while you're drinking your coffee. A few times a week, you roll out of bed, you have a shiur 20 minutes away, 5 minutes away, for free. We're not going to have those opportunities. Meaning that to do tshuva during the war is not going to be a piece of cake. Go to minyan, go pray. You have 5, 6, 7, 10 choices in many Jewish communities. You can pray whenever you feel like it sometimes. You need tefillin. All you got to do, make a phone call, send a text message, send a few dollars. You got tefillin within a few days. You want a book? You go on the internet, within 2 days. You got the book, whatever book you want, whatever sefer you want. Not going to be that easy. It's not going to be that easy. Meaning that to do tshuva once the war is is out. It's pretty much the end of times. It's pretty much the end of doing tshuva, because to do tshuva takes time. You need to know stuff. You need to know what you don't know today. You need to know halachot Shabbat. How do you keep Shabbat? Better yet, how do you not violate Shabbat? Most people think that keeping Shabbat is sleeping, eating, going to shul if you feel like it, and hanging out with the guys. That's what most people think keeping Shabbat is. That means that all of the cows right off of I-95, they're all Shomer Shabbat then. They do it every day. They eat, they drink. They don't go to Beit Knesset usually though. So whenever they go, they come as steak. So what, they're all going to go to Gan Eden? Shabbat is not just about eating, drinking, going to Beit Knesset and sleeping. It's more than that. You need to know that. You need to know how to keep the holidays. Not just to fast. Fasting on Yom Kippur is not really the ikar. Most people think they fast on Yom Kippur. Oh yeah, I keep Yom Kippur. Vast majority of people do not keep Yom Kippur without even knowing it. Why? The Mishnah says, someone who says, I'm going to sin, then do tshuva, sin, do tshuva, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not going to let him do tshuva, and even Yom Kippur is not going to help him. So Chamim say, what does this mean? Yom Kippur, Rabotai, the Gemara Masechet Ta'anit, page 25a, says, the whole point of Yom Kippur is for you to do tshuva, not for you to fast. If you fasted on Yom Kippur, but you didn't do tshuva, you didn't commit to stop sinning, all you did is diet. In Shemaim, they don't even count that you kept Yom Kippur. It's meaningless. Hashem doesn't care if you eat. Hashem cares if you eat. If he didn't want you to eat, he just put starvation, famine. Everybody's religious. So the point is, Rabotai, these are the types of things you're going to need to know, because that's the emet. That's the emet. If you didn't know it until now, Baruch haba. Welcome. This is Judaism. Does that mean it's really hard? Not necessarily. Judaism is not hard. It's only hard for people who don't want to do it. If you don't want to change your life, Judaism is extremely hard. But if you want to change your life, you want to be a better person, you want to be closer to Hashem, then Judaism is very easy.